Hey YouTubers, I got a little bit of parts acquisition going on here. I originally had purchased these comp cams, Viton seals, because these are the style that you have to run when you have dual valve springs. A lot of people may not understand when you're assembling your engine, the positive seals, a lot of the factory setups use, not all, but a lot of them use what's called a top hat style, where it has the positive seal and the shim that protects the head from the valve spring are all one piece. Since my valve springs are single springs, not dual springs, I don't particularly need this style of positive seal. But since I've already got them, I probably will use them unless I find, a decent, comparable trade for them. But when you do these, you can buy aftermarket, let's just call it a 15,000th shim, to just put underneath your valve spring so it doesn't sit there and dance and eat into your aluminum cylinder head. Just think of it as a little protective layer. I have seen or heard of people just removing the factory top hat valve seals and then cutting the valve seal part off of them and using those as the shims to assemble their head on a budget. I've never done that personally, but I wouldn't mind looking into it and just seeing how much of a headache it is, because valve spring shims aren't really that expensive. So, if it ends up being a lot of work or a big pain in the neck to try to cut those, seals off those top hats, you're probably better off just buying some shims. So, anyway, what I got here, this is the first part of our parts recognition here, is the valve seals, which I'm probably going to try to use, although the top hat version would be a lot easier to mess with. It's no big deal. But these are the good Viton seals, which really appeals to me because that's a good quality. Then I went and picked up a LS2 2006 GTO 6-liter timing chain. We did, let's see, side-by-side compare this chain to just a regular 2000 Tahoe 4.8 engine. Pulled both timing chains, set them side by side, and this chain is heavier. Like, it still has, like, the teeth on your cam gear and your teeth on your crank gear are still the same between the, just basic run-of-the-mill 4.8 and an LS2 engine. But for some reason GM did make this chain more heavy duty. I mean, even the little crossbars is what I call them, the little crossbars that hold the links together on this LS2 style chain are solid. They're solid metal steel, but on the 4.8 just run-of-the-mill chain, all these little crossbars are hollow tubes. Like, you can literally see on the end of each tube or I don't know, pivot point, that it's got a hole in it. I was like, that looks pretty cheesy. My main reason for trying to go with the LS2 chain is because I read online that they were heavy duty, that they were made more heavy duty, and that if you soak them in oil prior to installation, they're supposed to not stretch as much. I don't know if there's any validity to that statement, but, for the price, how can you go wrong to, kind of upgrade what you have? Now, my next purchase, I had to go buy some new drill bits. I did not buy the top of the line drill bits. To degree that cam in the 4.8, I'm going to use comp cams or someone similar degree bushing. So let me give you a little picture of what we're talking about. Okay guys, these are offset camshaft degree bushings. Basically, they have off-center holes that in this particular pack you would get a 2 degree, 4 degree, 6 degree, and 8 degree, and it also comes with a 0 degree so that you can return the timing gear back to the factory position. But this allows you to dial in your intake center line, your cam timing, to the cam card or whatever you're shooting for. As my luck would have it, I don't have a 2 degree, and you have to buy a different part number. See, this part number gives you the even numbers of timing, and if you have an odd number, you got to buy a different kit that has the 0, 1, 3, 5, and 7 bushings in it. But the way this works, if you look at your cam gear, you're going to have 3 mounting bolt holes. Then you have your 4th hole, which goes over the dowel pin. Okay. The way these kits work is you have to get a 13/32. There's a preview of why I had to buy some drill bits. You have to use a 13/32 drill bit. You drill all 4 of those holes on your cam gear out to 13/32. Here's why. This bushing will fit snugly in a 13/32 hole. And also you open up the mounting holes to 13/32 so that as you move your cam gear to dial in your cam timing, you can still get your bolts into the end of your cam. So basically what this will do is you'll find the bushing that works, because you can advance or retard the cam depending on which way you slide this bushing into your cam gear. And once you get everything set the way you want it, you just use a little punch and peen it. You put little marks around where the cam gear meets the bushing so it can't slide out during operation. So that's where I'm at right now. Is I got these, which I don't have the 2 degree bushing, which will allow me to get to if I could get it to around a 109.5 intake center line, that's close enough to 110 for me. But I did not own a 13/32 drill bit, so I went and got this kit from Harbor Freight, which on the back does list a 13/32 drill bit with 20% off coupon, with only like 12 or 13 bucks, like 12 something. And I was looking at spending $5 to $8 on a single drill bit at the regular hardware stores like Home Depot, Lowe's, Menards, whatever. So I'm like, well, if I'm going to go buy a single drill bit, why don't I just buy this whole kit? You know, because you never know when you're going to need something like that. And it is the steel, the high-speed M2 steel drill bit, so it's not like the ones you buy for wood or anything goofy like that. So whenever I can run over to Star Performance and get a 2 degree cam bushing, I'll be able to do some more videoing on actually dialing in the intake center line on the camshaft that's going into the 4.8. So I just wanted to kind of share this with you guys, because I'm still working. I'm still, collecting parts. I already had these bushings from a previous project, because here's something I didn't know until I researched it. The camshaft degree bushings for a small block Chevy are the exact same ones you use on the LS engines. I don't see a lot of people mentioning that, because that's a way more affordable way to dial in your cam timing than having to go buy an $80 to $100 and something adjustable timing set. So I got of course got those, got my new chain, and I guess we'll move on to the Speedway delivery. I actually cashed in on some of my PayPal money I've been hoarding and got a few items in from Speedway. There's my Speedway delivery. It's kind of cool. Got ready to leave to go somewhere, and 2 days early my package is sitting there on the doorstep, which, if you watch Facebook and all the news programs, you have to be super careful with having packages delivered to your houses now, because for some reason they've ramped up the porch pirating. I hate that term, but basically porch pirating is people that just spend days riding around neighborhoods trying to find packages on people's porches they can steal. So you know, always makes me nervous. I mean, we have a pretty good neighborhood in a small town, but you know, there's unsavory people that drive as far as they need to steal your stuff. So let's open up this package and see what I got. Is. See what we got here. That's the ring. There's some pretty unsavory descriptors of this, but basically it's the conversion or a adapter ring that goes in the back of your LS crankshaft to let you use a normal automatic transmission torque converter similar to like the Turbo 350, Turbo 400, etc., etc. So let's throw that there for now. See what else we got in here. Here's my adapter plate. I don't know if this thing, yeah, it does. Ooh. I was worried it didn't come with the bolts there for a minute. Surprised I didn't throw in a catalog. That's weird. Most mail order places will at least throw you in a free catalog, so they'll prompt you to try to order some more parts that you didn't know you needed. But let's see here. So basically what this does, just in case you all don't realize, you can do a BOP transmission to a Chevy pattern or a Chevy pattern to a BOP using this adapter plate. With all my research online, Speedway had the best price on this. It was like $39.99. We're talking like 40 bucks for the plate and the fasteners. You have to pay a small amount for shipping. This box with the plate and the torque converter adapter ring was like 5 bucks, a little over $5 shipping. But they also had one of the, if not the best, price on this little adapter ring for your torque converter. I believe this was either $17.99 or $19.99. So you're looking at, you know, 40, 20, you know, a little over 60 bucks, 65 bucks. I got both items I need to adapt that BOP Turbo 400 to my 4.8 LS. So, you know, I'm just slowly collecting parts to try to finish this swap over to the Turbo 400. You know, trying to do small projects as time allows, and I'm working around the weather right now because it's super cold. So, you know, as is life, everything has to be taken in stride and take advantage of the opportunities when they're available. So that's my parts acquisition for the day. As I get more parts and get more done, I'll definitely share with you guys. So appreciate you guys watching my videos. As always, like, subscribe, hit the little bell.